Hello and welcome to SDN Tech Forum. Today in this video we are going to talk about uh, DNA Center and Smart License using policy, the combination of two. And I am going to introduce you to a new feature called Smart License Compliance that is available with DNA Center release 2.2 and above, right? So I in past, I have made a couple of videos which talk about changing behavior of smart licenses, how smart license is evolving. And in this video, I'm going to recap a little bit and we'll take a step back. We'll start with a little bit of older version that is 1610 or 1612 when the transport type uh, was call home and you can use your devices to register your licenses and consume your licenses from CSSM. Then came the smart license era, which is 17.x, where you start using the transport type smart receiver, and things doesn't change that much. You still register, reserve licenses, talk to CSSM. And finally, as you can see in this picture, with 17.3 and X and above, we are starting to see smart license using policy, SLP, right? So smart license using policy is taking away a lot of burden of registering your device and consuming the licenses from CSSM and all those things. Now it is consumption based model where you only have to report your users and you really don't need to register and all those things. Even better with DNA Center, if you are a DNA Center customer, you can use Cisco DNA Center to fetch reports from all your network inventory, that is all your switches, router, WLCs, and DNA Center can actively, since it is already hosting those network devices, it can also go ahead and pull the license uses from that devices, and it can help you upload those consumption report to CSSM. Why the reporting is important? With newer software, iOS XE and other software versions, the features are getting license dependent, right? So you can get a lot of features, new features, but you need to maintain a certain level of licensing, and that is why license is becoming crucial, right? So this is the whole thing I'm going to show you in a real demo where we will do a couple of upgrade. As you can see in this flow chart, we are going to start with 1612. I'll show you what is the existing transport type, then we'll make one upgrade, what changes, and then we will make a final upgrade and go to 17.3.x or above and see how we can manage licenses now using DNA Center, how DNA Center is actually integrating with CSSM and Smart License Compliance Workflow, which is available in DNA Center new release 2.2 and above. All right, so let's go, and before we actually start with demo, let me show you the documentation. Quick Start is your friend. If you, or otherwise you can obviously look at the configuration guide, but if you are a DNA Center customer, you can always open the Quick Start. The beauty of Quick Start is it always upload the current release documentation, right? So you know that these are the things is already supported in your software, in your release. So here is manage license, all table of content, license manager overview. This is nothing new. Uh, Same with respect to the older releases, and I'm going to put a couple of video links which I made related to smart license and license manager. So if you're not aware what is smart license using policy, feel free to watch those videos, right? Then integration of Cisco smart account. Now you can actually integrate your DNA Center with smart accounts so that DNA Center will have complete visibility of your smart accounts, virtual accounts, and the license deposited in that. Okay. How to set up license manager, the step-by-step process is mentioned here. Thing what I want to highlight, you need to have super admin role. So if you want to do a license management, you need to have a super admin role. Otherwise, some of this feature you may not be able to see by yourself. Visualize license. You can visualize all your license related to your smart account, and there is a new tab, reporting in compliance, and we will talk about that obviously. uh, how to integrate all these things I'm going to show you in demo, so don't worry about that. Okay, so what is new? This part, upload resource utilization details to CSSM. This is new, right? With the DNAC 2.2, this feature is coming. That means you DNA Center can fetch reports from network inventory, network devices, and it is going to upload it to the smart account where whichever smart account you have put the integration. All right. So this is about it. Now let's go ahead and complete the flow chart in a demo, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a video where we are going to follow this workflow. So we will start with 1612, upgrade, verify what is changing, upgrade, and see what is the new behavior at 17.3x and above, and how you can use DNA Center to report licenses. So that is the goal. It is going to be a little bit lengthy video, so please stay with me. All right, I'm going to play and make it a little bit faster. Okay, so now you can see this is the DNA Center version 2.1.2. It's not even 2.2 yet. So I have not upgraded my DNA Center. We will wait for that. Let's go ahead and upgrade the network device first. Okay, so I'll pick one Cisco Catalyst 9K, which is running 1612 right now. Okay, we will mark 17.1, maybe a golden image, yes, and we'll upgrade to that. For upgrade, we are going to rely on SWIM, DNA Center SWIM feature, software imaging management. Show license all on device itself. As you can see, a couple of things I want to show. 1612 smart licensing is enabled. License reservation I enabled it by myself. I'm going to disable it later. But things what you need to know is transport type was set to call home. Okay, that was the day back in days when you have 16.x releases. 1612, that's what this device is running right now. Our goal is to go ahead and upgrade it to 17.1 and see what has changed. Let's go and upgrade. For upgrade again, same swim feature. This comes really handy. Or you can upgrade a lot of devices in one go, or even if it is just one device, is just a couple of clicks, and that is it. It's take care of all ROM on upgrade and other things. So I really like this swim feature, and most of my network device upgrade I'm using DNA Center swim feature. It is doing some running some pre-checks, so that make sure that you have enough flash storage available for new image, and when you activate it, the image inflate a little bit. So it's making sure that you have the right config register, so that after reboot it comes back in the proper way, and it has this enough space in the flash. Okay, what I'm going to say distribute and activate at the same time, because we do not want to wait. It's a lab environment. But if it is a production environment, obviously you can push the image first, and then you can wait for a maintenance window to activate the image. This is not related to what we are trying to achieve with smart licensing. This is just the upgrade part. All right. I'm going to speed up it a little bit more. Okay. I'm trying to add some custom commands. It by default it has some pre and post checks um, inbuilt, but if you want, you can put some custom commands as well. But let's save it for some other day. Okay, as you can see, these are the checks it is going to do pre and post. I'm going to say yes, distribute, activate, checks, and yes. Task is submitted. DNA Center is actively trying to upgrade the box. And in the task list, you can see the different stages of the task. Distribution, that means image push first, and then when the image is pushed, validated, then it's going to switch over to the new image. I have the log enabled on my DNA Center, so on my switches, so you can see what DNA Center is doing on my device in real time. So you can see 101 is my DNA Center. It is trying to push a new image using HTTPS. And the same logs you will see here in the task progress. Okay, my pre-checks are successful. Then it will start distributing a distribution option. Okay. So after 10 or 15 minutes, I'm as you can see, my DNA Center, my image is upgraded, and now I'm accessing that switch, and let's look at the switch version. It's 17.1. Say license all, transport type is call home. What I'm going to do, I'm going to disable uh, the network reservation for now, because reservation is like air gap environment. So if your network device cannot reach CSSM, uh, you can use the reservation process. This device can actually reach, so let's cancel the reservation and go back to the eval expired state. Okay, I think I'm searching for the command to cancel the reservation. But all the smart licensing commands start with license smart, and most of these commands are exec level command. So I'm saying license smart, reservation cancel, and local, because this is not a cluster or H environment. Like, it's not a stack, just one single device. Okay. No license smart reservation and license. You can see this is reservation is gone. Okay. So this is the first iteration. Now upgrade to 17.3.3, which is smart license using policy. All right, pretty much the same operation. I'm going to pull the new image, mark it as golden, and then start the swim workflow. That means distribute, activate the new image, right? So I think I'm going to jump a little bit here, as you can see. Okay, so in image repo, if you don't have the image available, you can actually mark it golden and pull it in the real time from your CCO. Okay, all right. As you can see, distribute task is in progress. So DNA Center is actively pushing 1733 image to this box, and then it is going to activate it. Right. Let's jump a little bit. Okay, distribution is successful. Okay, as you can see, now looks like image is activated, 17304, been activate commit. And now let's look at the software version. Software version is 17304. That is smart license using policy. look at show license all. When you look at show license all, what is going on here is transport type has changed to type CSLU, right? This is the default smart transport type if you are if your device is in unregistered or eval expired state. Okay, so we have seen from call home to CSLU for a device which is unregistered. Now, time to upgrade our DNA center and bring the smart license compliance workflow in picture and see what DNA center is going to do with this device. And you can see in real time I'm going to switch to 2224, and this upgrade is obviously going to take uh, a lot of time, uh, 6 to 8 hours easily. So we are not going to stay 6 to 8 hours in the call. That's the reason I recorded this video. Okay. If you are a DNA customer, you are, well, I'm sure you are doing it pretty often. It is changing the catalog. Once the new catalog is available, it will start pulling the images, and finally it will activate. So for an upgrade, as you can see on my screen, it's a two-step process. First, you go ahead and update the system, and then you go only once system is updated, then you are going to install new packages or upgrade the packages. All right. You can see on my screen the update process steps are mentioned. Now it went into maintenance mode. I stopped the video. Now, as you can see, my version is upgraded from 2124 to 2224. So now we are in the new release, right? Let's go and check what happened. All my updates are completed. Now we are going to do the smart account integration. So first you go to smart account, and let's go slowly here. Okay. First you go to smart account, and then you put your smart account virtual account, and you are going to register DNA center to that smart account. DNA center essentially do not need any licenses, but you still need to tether it with your smart account so that it knows that where to upload the inventory detail reports, right? And it can also use that smart account for any PNP redirection. So that is very important. And this is the new workflow which is available in all licenses now. So I'm connected to my smart account. I can see all licenses available. And finally, the report and compliance. You can see this is the new workflow, smart license compliance. This is the new workflow available. And if I go to recent task, as I upgraded my DNA center, what DNA center has done, it has identified all the inventory, and wherever the smart uh, transport type was CSLU or unregistered, it went ahead and shut down that transport type, and it changed the transport type to off. So that is the new behavior. That means you really do not need a transport type, smart receiver, or call home or anything to reach the device. You can actually use DNA Center to report the licenses. And this is what we are validating here. Am I going really fast here? No? Okay. Transport type CSLU. Okay. That's for my RTP, this box, because for some reason DNA Center doesn't know how to reach this. All right. So the final workflow we are going to do live. So let me pause the video here. What we will do, we will first log into the DNA Center. Okay. This is the final and very important part, the new part. Okay, if you are okay, let's go to system settings, smart account. My smart account is already registered. Sorry about this zooming. Smart licenses. I have already tethered my smart account and virtual account, and DNA Center should show registered. Sometime it fall back to unregistered, but don't worry, you can go ahead and register it again. Okay, so let's do that. Once it is registered, we are going to see how we can use DNA Center. So it is registered today. SSM connection mode is not required. Let's go to Tools, License Manager. Here I have the overview, how many licenses I have and who all are using that. All licenses, you have seen this tab before. It has all my inventory here and what licenses they are using, how many are compliant, how many out of compliance. All those information is available here, right? The newer tab is report and compliance. Within report and compliance, the new workflow is available, smart license compliance, and this is the DNA Center reporting workflow. Okay, so first let's validate the recent task. As I mentioned before, once you upgraded your DNA Center to 2224, what DNA Center has done, it has detected all the device inventory, and wherever the device was unregistered, it actually went ahead and sent the transport type to off. So the new transport type is set to off. Change transport type is initiated on one device. Let's validate so that you know that what I'm talking here. Let me log into this device. This is C4331 and see what is the transport type. I think there is a little bit latency here. Okay, show license all. As you can see, the new transport type, the journey from call home to smart receiver to CSLU and now off. Right. Let's enable terminal monitor because we are going to perform the workflow. We are going to ask DNA Center to start sending the licenses. Okay. So let me kill this. Click on Smart License Compliance Workflow. Let's do it. Yes. Select your account. Say next. Choose your device. Okay. If your device inventory doesn't show up here as a part of Smart License Compliance, make sure you have netconf enable, and in worst case you have to do a discovery of your device using netconf, but that is strictly my personal experience. This is not coming from Cisco documentation. All right. Modify policy. This is my reporting interval. You can go ahead and modify your reporting policy. Maybe 30 days, report every month. You can change, and this is in days, right? But I'm going to keep it as is. Here, this is the very important page. Device name. You can install the authentication code. You can enable the throughput licenses, ISR, CSRs, where your throughput is limited to using licenses. You can enable new license, HX status, and all those things here, right? But we are not going to install any additional licenses. So let's go ahead and say next. And next. So you can see the complete detail here. So, fetching users report, right? Users report collected is in progress. Then once users report is fetched, uploading users report, that means DNA Center is report is collected from device successfully. What is the next step? Uploading users report, and that is the reason we have registered this DNA Center to our smart account, right? So DNA Center in southbound has fetched the reports from device inventory, and now it is trying to upload the report in the northbound direction, right, to CSSM. Users report generation upload can take some time given how many number of devices you have. For us, it's just one report. And what is your internet connectivity look like? It may take a little bit longer sometime, so be patient with that. And finally, CSSM is going to give an acknowledgement, which DNA center is going to push it back to devices, so that devices know that yes, I have reported my license, and they will start a timer, and after 90 days again it will uh, upload. Okay, let's see what is happening on device itself, since we have the log enable, right? Let's see if we can find something meaningful here. Yes, this is copy boot flash and image CLI counting. License smart save uses unreported file. So license uses file is indicated as .rom. So this is the file DNA center created on my device, and now it is trying to copy it back to CSSM. So this is the license uses report .rom. Some random numbers .rom. Okay. Uses consumption reported uploaded to Cisco CSM cloud waiting for acknowledgement. As I mentioned, it may take a little bit longer. I think um, I'm going to pause the video, or maybe once we have the acknowledgement available, I'm going to paste a screenshot at the very end of this video. But as you can see, things are going smooth. I can manage my licenses using DNA Center. Once this is complete, you can simply finish the workflow and get out of it. Okay. What else you can do here other than waiting? I wish we would be able to complete it pretty quickly, but that's not happening. So I think you got the idea, right? And in the final screen, I'm going to definitely post the provision and acknowledgement screenshot, so you know that we finished the workflow for sure. And let's take a step back. Yeah, you have seen the journey from 16 dot some 16.10 to 17.5 or 6, which is whatever is available now, and how smart licensing is changing or evolving, and how you can now use your DNA center to take off some of the load from network devices itself, and not maintaining a do not they don't have to reach out to CSSM directly. You may not have to maintain a satellite on-prem satellite server to just report licenses and other things. Everything is now inbuilt in DNA Center. So feel free to go ahead and utilize this feature and take the full advantage of DNA Center. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to put that in comment section, and I'll make sure I'll get back to you. Thank you very much for watching. Okay, as you can see, uh, before I actually finish this video, my upload users report is completed, and now we are provisioning the acknowledgement. So it was not a very long wait. Okay, provision uses consumption report acknowledgement to the device. Let's check on device. What's going on with the device here? Okay, CLI counting, license smart import boot flash. Okay, as you can see, RUM acknowledgement has been received from DNA Center. So DNA Center has received this acknowledgement from CSSM and is push that acknowledgement to the device itself. SIP service is up, license report acknowledgement. License enforcement is coming. So please be aware of that. Again, this is all my personal view and not coming from Cisco documentation. Show license all. See the after effect of that. My transport type is still off, but what is happening here is uses reporting. Last acknowledgement received few minutes ago, and next acknowledgement is due. Okay, policy is in use, and report on change 90 days. Reporting push interval, next act push interval, all these things you can see here. Okay, trust cloud install. Okay, so that means we actively reported the users, and now we have all the features available. So this is it for now. Thank you for watching.